It's going to get started right about now, folks. So that is the ready go, the starting buzzer, as we have, of course, players approaching the top path, and in the central area is going to be Tan starting us off.
Yeah, that Froaki's going to try to get through a Greninja as quick as possible, as on the other side of the map we have the little Dratini that's actually going to try and get to Dragonite. And what Yerman Burger Flippers is going to try and do is coalesce and use their Unite moves on these goal zones together so they can score using that Buddy Barrier once those activate. But look at Bruv pushing deep in this bottom path into Blaine, and some KOs already beginning to fly.
That's right. We're going to see some of these nice early KOs, and definitely it's definitely an advantage to secure those that early. But also, did you notice it was their Eldegoss player as Gossifleur right now? And an interesting, I would say, approach to the paths, right? Because oftentimes we've witnessed a lot of EU, maybe North American meta as well, sort of running that 1-1-3, but we're diverting from that, right? Dupe Snacks, isn't that what you're noticing here?
For Yerman Burger Flippers, that certainly seems to be the order of the day. As look at this top lane, we've got a 3-on-2 working in that top goal zone. Triple nines, and Kiva going to try and hold it down in the face of Kid Tan's Rookie and Vizid, but the push is strong here, and they're just forced to circle in and out, and it looks like they're going to be sacrificing all this experience in the top path to those Bs, because a score composition doesn't necessarily need that. But look at that big push in the bottom goal zone trying to get some points in.
That's right. So that's exactly I think, things to look at is right here on the bottom goal. That's going to be a nice 60 points early on. But notice Purple, of course, that's going to be, that KO now from Lucario on the Dragonite. But yes, we're at 57, to 65. Look at this close matchup early on. Anything can happen, especially being this early in the matchup. But we are excited to see what transpires. And so this will be a nice 11 right here very early on in the match as well. So now picking it up for Purple.
Roll out Wigglytuff has been called by Blaine, one of the stronger players on Yerman Burger Flippers, and certainly one of their anchors. They're putting the pressure on Potato. Potato not willing to give it up too soon, smacking right back into Blaine, and finally decides maybe a retreat is the order of the day. Do I want it? No, I don't. Let's go back to the goal zone, pick up some HP, and wait for my support, Bruv, to get in here. Look at that wall, keeping that rollout from happening. Just meticulous strategy there by Bruv, one of the best Mr. Mimes in the world. Now they're chasing Blaine all the way back down their side of the board here, as finally the central area player Arizon is in the mix, going to try and help out.
And going to also KO on that bottom goal right there against Orange. And so the pressure is on, ladies and gentlemen, and Five Guys has it at 116. Notice, of course, Greedent coming from the tall grass after maybe taking the Audino right there. Nice to get some of that wild Pokemon. And then, of course, we're having an all-out slugfest, as the next objective would be that Combi and Vespiquen combo, which goes down quickly here on this bottom path.
We have some 4-on-3 pressure. We take a quick look at the little bird up top trying to do some work by themselves, and the Pikachu's rolling down here for Purple. And now look at that rollout catching Kid Tans. That's a couple good shots, and Nazu going to be able to pressure as well. But now postured around Dreadnought is Yerman Burger Flippers, and they're going to start pulling it, start ripping it down. And we're going to see if there can be some pressure by Five Guys. They work it in, and no, the Greedent takes it. Now Orange is pushing back with the experience, with the shield. Vizid goes down. That's 2 players down on Five Guys, and look at this, the score composition, learning how to take the body all of a sudden and leveraging it back the other way, and the Dragonite scoring points, 32, closing out the goal zone after a KO streak of 2. It's all going Yerman Burger Flippers now.
And you notice right as those points were going in on the bottom, we also saw on that top path Talonflame for Yerman Burger Flippers, who is putting in work, ladies and gentlemen. So Kiva TV now having to back up maybe, and luckily can get that fly, and evade all of this danger, of course. But there was a massive 20, and look at the points are just flying. So you were absolutely right calling it at the beginning with that score comp. Notice, of course, we are going to break that top goal. Down goes the water burst and the flame sweep, ladies and gentlemen. The fly, they are going to bring down Eldegoss.
They are able to take down the Eldegoss. That Talonflame looking very strong here, taken to the skies yet again. And now just posturing behind the Dragonite. Look at the Greedent trying to hold it down by themselves in the face of Washed Rookie. And now they retreat a little bit. The Bees are here. And it's interesting to see how this score comp maneuvers. They're not too excited about taking the body too much. They're worried about filling their pockets and getting the points where there's opportunity. But Unite move back into the middle now that there's 3 players for Five Guys coming through. And that Belch is going everywhere as they're going to try and pick up Washed Up Rookie. They do. As Kid Kid Tan's the next on the chopping block. They are. KO streak a 2 for the big old squirrel, and they're going to posture themselves up for the Rotom as Rollout Wigglytuff is there for the backup.
Absolutely amazing play by Nazu right there, the greedent player who will also get in that 25, breaking that top path goal. And it may be a battle for Rotom very soon, but yes, that sequence of events all provided for many more Orange Squad members. That's Yerman Burger Flippers to come up here and support. So they are locking it down right here as we now approach that mid-game. 5 minutes elapsed.
Bruv in the face of 4 players from Yerman Burger Flippers trying to get the Rotom. They are unsuccessful here. And now Vizid is going to support Bruv and try to keep this Rotom from going all the way into that second-tier goal zone. Orange doesn't seem too interested in pressuring it in, doesn't want to drive it in like Miss Daisy, so they're going to retreat a little bit and put their focus somewhere else. Arizon alone on the Dreadnought uses the Unite move, going to try and close it up, but no, the Lucario steals it out from under him, and now they have the shields, they have the experience. Can they put the pressure on? They do. They're chasing. Dragonite is there. Is the Lucario going to follow up? That's a close combat that misses, and the Dragonite gets away.
And we see Greedent on down there, coveting, belching on into the bottom path. Still going to keep up that farm, keep up this score comp that we mentioned plenty of times here. So obviously we'll go ahead, take that Audino and secure that with this nice 31. You're also noticing the Talonflame for Yerman Burger Flippers. Got that nice 40 in their pockets. So everybody's kind of looking maybe to this late game. Now we are still about 4 minutes on the clock right here. So it's a little bit early, maybe to be considering that, but always be looking to your next move, right? And Unite.
Yerman Burger Flippers up by about 54. Unite move catches them, clears the path in for the Greed to try and get some points in. They do. They convert 40. That's Unite move by the Pikachu. Going to try and catch the bird to make them toast, but not just yet as the squirrel and them get out. 5 guys got a good presence here in the bottom path and sending all of Yerman Burger Flippers scrambling.
That's right. It's a little bit of a mouthful, right? Yerman Burger Flippers. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see the Draco impact onto that goal. That, of course, allows Dragonite right there to easily get in that. I think that was 41 points right there. And even with the pressure, notice he will go down right here, but that's okay. I mean, definitely making a lot of plays and a lot of headway for Yerman Burger Flippers once again. Anything can happen in that final stretch and when you get down to the Zapdos. But, man, this has been looking very nice for Orange thus far.
I think they're executing their strategy exactly as they want. They're up 206 points on the scoreboard here going into the final throws, the last 3 minutes of this game. So now they just want to posture and make sure they execute their game plan and use their Unite moves together, want to conserve. For 5 guys, what they want to do, the easiest way to empty your opponent's pockets is not by letting them get to the goal zone, it's by taking the body and taking those KOs. But look at 5 guys, not going to give up this Rotom quickly. They've all collapsed on it and they sent it packing down the lane very quickly. And now we'll see if the team fight's going to break out, if they're going to escort it down. It doesn't look like they're going to follow the Rotom just true, going to go into that central area.
Yeah, so this is interesting. You notice kind of coming around, as you said, through the central area and maybe to guide that Rotom in. Of course, we will see the response from Yerman Burger Flippers who are just coming out the gate trying to push this Rotom back, and they did. I mean, look at how far back the progress went. Now, notice, of course, also on that bottom lane, we do see Dragonite here going after the Dreadnought objective, and there is plenty of time, as you see, that will be bursted down before the Zapdos does appear at that 2-minute mark when the final stretch comes, and so just as expected, right there, that's going to be shield and experience for Yerman Burger Flippers. Doob Snags, are you ready for a final stretch upcoming?
Yeah, Zapdos is right here, 5 seconds. I'm looking at Yerman, and there's not a lot of full pockets there. They have 2 players that are under 40. They're going to get those up if they can execute their plan. But normally you'll see a back cap here by Yerman if they're going for that true score comp, but they're posturing around Zapdos a little bit. They know they have the score lead, and they're going to watch to see what happens. Here we go. Unite moves are flying. The fight is starting off in the middle. We're watching for chaos. Everything's getting burst down, and the left side team takes it. That's 5 guys, so now they have the open score zones. Double points now, double buckets, straight ducats, and you see all the 5 guys scrambling, but they have to chase on Yerman. Look at all the points that Yerman is carrying too. They have to convert as many as they can. We're watching the scoreboard here. 5 guys brings it up 357 to 468, 550. The numbers keep going up for Yerman. 457, and we've got less than 100 points separating these 2 teams with some open goal zones, and that's Bruv HD with 88 going in, and they're still down. Now they're up plus 100. Holy smokes, 115 left in this one, and 5 guys is up by 75.
Holy smokes is right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the exact definition of points being thrown left and right, because it was the literal left and right. You notice what happened with 999. That is going to be the orange Lucario on Yerman Burger Flippers actually was set to try to score in those hundos. That would be 100 points with all point values doubled, but ended up actually going back to base. Will secure that KO actually just now as we're talking on Potato. That's going to be 5 guys Lucario right now, and we need to see what's going to happen because there still is 40 seconds left to take advantage in this matchup.
If these Yerman has a lot of Unite moves stacked up, they can get in there and they can put a real push here. We're going to need a Draco Impact. We're going to need a Greeted Unite move. There they are. They're going to try and get points in now. They're down by 75. You see that gap closing. They're up by 50 now. Up by 40 now. Here we go. The points are raining in, and there's only 23 seconds on the clock. And I see the Dragonite still holding up 50 points, but Five Guys doesn't have anything over 40 in their pockets. And now they have to make a collective push, and they have to try and score. Look at the Dragonite just sitting there. The Greedent has returned, and now they need to protect these goal zones. As there's 9 seconds, I don't think it's all going to be on Bruv. They're the last one left. Can they get their points in time? Unite moves are flying. That's a Hyper Beam. They keep Bruv out. They keep Bruv out. Yerman Burger Flippers is going to take game 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a starting match for this winners final in EU. Let's see that score breakdown. Yes, that will be 627 for Five Guys to 682 for Yerman Burger Flippers. Everybody get hyped, get excited. Look at Nazu holding the crown right here for the Orange Squad. That's Yerman Burger Flippers once again.
All their Unite moves into that core goal zone altogether, and all those items help them do that, especially the goal getter here. But let's take a look as Vizid and Washed Rookie go to the top path, and this is just a naturally different strategy than what we see in normal competitive events of the 1-1-3 type strategy with 3 players going to that bottom path.
And so that's right. We will, of course, note that that was something that we saw in the first game. So they are going to stick with that. And here on Five Guys, you have to wonder, what do we change up? And sometimes it isn't that you change up anything too major, because you might have just been outplayed somewhere, and you have to figure out, what are the smaller tweaks maybe. And so we are going to see a lot of scores early on, which is nice, of course, for both teams. Vizid going to even drop in that 1, So no points are too small, I would say.
Exactly. And you can mention and see how quickly Yerman pushes in their paths here. They're okay getting KO'd early because for them it's about getting points in, and you give up less experience if you're a lower level than your opponent. So for them, if they can get scores in, give up less experience, and that means giving up a KO, then they're okay with that. That's all part of the strategy here. Look where Kid Tans is though, making it to the bottom path to support Potato and Bruv.
Yeah, and it's lucky because it looks like they don't have to see too many KOs at this time. Of course, we did see Fletchling go down, but notice, of course, that 850 is when we usually look out for that Combi and Vespiquen combo to go down on both paths, of course. So up here on that would be the top path. I'm just making sure I have my bearings here. That will be actually Vizid going to take out Lucario. Are we seeing like a mirror of the last game? Because that looks very similar. We know, of course, as a little Gossifleur, they were able to do that last game. And so definitely keep that pressure on. Five Guys is going to need to, because you notice Yerman Burger Flippers right out the gate here in this early part of the match, sitting pretty with that 57 now.
Yeah, rollout going to chase Bruv. We're going to see if they can clean up the KO. No, they peel back, which is probably the right choice here. Don't overcommit. However, Nazu was living on the left-hand side of your map here, just causing chaos and forcing Tans and Vizid to go to that central area and pick them up, which what does that do? That opens up the first-tier goal zones for Yerman Burger Flippers, and that's exactly what they want.
And that was a very tough position to be in if you were Potato, but maybe also this Fletchinder right here for Yerman Burger Flippers. I was going to note the use of the slow smoke, of course, and that's been so prevalent since the last patch with the major maintenance, of course. We are going to notice, of course, these scores also going in, but notice a big 14 right here for Five Guys, and then going to dunk that 13 and the 30, ladies and gentlemen, from Tans.
Kiva pulling up for the support on that Lucario. They're able to push back, but not before Five Guys gets a considerable amount of points in. They're on the lead on the scoreboard here. But we see Arizon and Blaine working together. The anchor and the assassin, if you will, moving in as the Danger Noodle and Blaine are working through trying to get their share of the bees. But there's Nazu for the support as well. Bruv with a big Confusion Blast pushing all of Yerman back, and Talonflame scoring up top there. No if, ands, or buts about it. As look at Orange, Yerman back on their side. Okay, let's not over contest here. And 999's coming down for the support as everybody seems to be tuning up here for this Dreadnought.
Yes, this match is moving faster than we can all anticipate, I think, as that Dread is already on the map. And look at this right side team, which is Yerman Burger Flippers, the Orange Squad. They will secure that again, just like they secured first Dreadnought last game. And so we will probably see a rotation at some point, but notice the advance. This is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, with those shields, with that experience. Look at all the dunks. They are coming through on that bottom path.
Blaine said, I heard you call me the anchor. I'm the assassin today. E-Honda, everyone getting smacked up in this bottom path as the Kid Tan's coming in with the Unite move, going to try to keep Blaine from scoring, and they get some of revenge for the 5 guys on the team as they're chasing Nazu now with that boosted after the Unite move. Nazu getting chipped, getting belch, getting chipped. Kid Tan's not letting them go, being absolutely relentless, and bring me to the bayou. We are eating squirrel tonight.
That's what you are going to need, is you're going to need that squirrel, because this Greedent is going to be out of control if you let it. And so I think Tans knows that, so very good on them. Will probably overdunk on this, so yes, that will be a successful 32 when the goal only needed just less than 10 to break. So ladies and gentlemen, we're noticing, of course, Talonflame mobilizing on the top path for Yerman Burger Flippers. Probably going to solo out that objective, really, for the Rotom, and they can do it. Sometimes you want to hit the bees first, but hey, if you're pretty much uncontested as they are, that's what you're going to hit. And so notice then, going to be joined by that Greedent friend. So the furry fella is going to help them, and now Rotom's going to make that advancement in the top path.
Just a great map presence is that Rotom. It forces 5 guys to respond to it, even if there's players for Yerman Burger Flippers with it or not. Unite moves are flying there, and they're opening up this goal zone. That's 3 Unite moves firing in, and they're going to try and rain in these points using those goal getters, using those buddy barriers, and there we go. Plus 24 goes in. Hyper Beam tries to find its mark, and Rotom's just shy as it's still getting pushed in. Vazid getting a KO on Nazu, and that's a good stand and a good defense by 5 guys, not letting things slide out of control.
And I think it would be a shame to let something else slide, which is to note that actually Kiva TV has been really amazing as that Talonflame on Yerman Burger Flippers at timing that Flame Sweep. That's the Unite move, coming in every single time they need to escort that Rotom or just somebody with major points on the board. Look at this, the right side team, once again, that's going to be Orange Yerman Burger Flippers, who will actually then see a lot of their members KO'd right here on the bottom path. So good job to 5 guys who will advance past that and dunk in that massive 37 and then keep on pushing, baby.
Just a great look by Yerman Burger Flippers. They took the Dreadnought away from 5 guys, but not kept on their heels too long. 5 guys pressures right back. Able to close out a goal zone, put pressure on Orange, but now they're off the respawn. They're coming back. They're jumping to that first tier goal zone, excuse me, and they're able to stem a little bit of that energy that 5 guys was trying to bring up that bottom path. And now Nines, Blaine, and company, they need to get their Unite moves up. They need to get some more points in because they had a little bit more at this stage of the game in Game 1 if they want to execute a similar strategy as Game 1.
That's right, and if they're sticking with the score comp, of course, as well. And so notice, of course, this is just about that same thought goes hand in hand with what we mentioned, which is that, you know, we are getting close to that final stretch. Sometimes you'll hold on to those points when it's a little bit closer, but when you still see about 3:40 on the clock for the game, well, you know, we still have the Rotom, we still have these bees right here, so a few more things to hit, and you might actually still be able to dunk, really, before that final stretch happens. It doubles those points up. Notice, of course, some massive goals, though, drop down on that bottom path. That was a 40, a 20, a 22, everything dropping down. So Yerman Burger Flipper says, hey, you know, we're not going to be overpressured here. We're trying to hold this off, and we are going to stick through this.
Yeah, 5 guys taking the decoy bait by Nazu and Arizon. They weren't the primary concern here. It was protecting that bottom goal zone, which Yerman took out and destroyed. And now they have that central goal zone open, which is crucial for them to execute a big scoring strategy as they did at the end of Game 1 to take that win. Look at this. Washed Rookie going to have to change the name to Zeus the way those lightning bolts are falling out of the sky. And now that forces out a Unite move by Arizon, not finding its mark on everybody. Going to try and close out Bruv with a Hyper Beam. They do. They find their mark. So all is for naught here as they exchange KOs 1 for 1. And 5 guys does have Vazid down as well. Kid Tan's going to try and get these bees. Going to try to get that level up a little bit. And so is Washed Rookie here. And they're anchoring this squad. It's good to see the Pikachu into the action and doing some heavy work. But here comes Nazu to belch and just ruin everyone's day. Snatches it out from under 5 guys, and what a play.
That Nazu will be punished for it, of course, but hey, the alternative would have been much worse, am I right? So we are noticing, of course, on that bottom lane as well, they will secure that Dreadnought there. That's Lucario, 999, and of course, the Dragonite. We're looking at 15 seconds till final stretch. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to get crazy. We just know it. You just know it. So with all point values doubled in that final stretch, that's going to be a countdown of 5.
Oh, 2, 1, and Zapdos has arrived. Look how these teams are posturing. 5 guys all gooped up in the middle, but the Unite moves are already coming out, and the Zapdos is not going to be long for this world. Unite move by Talonflame misses, doesn't get anybody. Unite move by Mr. Mime, and the right side team takes it. Triple Nines takes it for Yerman Burgers, and that's easy mode now. They get to rein it in, so what does 5 guys have to do? They have to take the body, they have to empty the pockets, and then they have to go try and score themselves. So much on the checklist. Can they convert on all of them?
Dooms next, can you believe it? There's gonna be a 56 and a hundo. What do we call this? The hundo burgers. There they go. Hundreds all around, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal is correct. There's 100 from Tans, 42, of course, from Eldegoss, which is Bazid. They are now gonna run out, and we'll see if anybody else can score, because we are seeing a nice, large 46 that they want to drop in for Five Guys. So, Doob, are they gonna get this? The pressure is on.
Yeah, Five Guys has to do their best impression of a score comp here. They have to fill their pockets back up, and they have to collectively collapse on that main goal zone. Arizon's going to be a tough obstacle to cross, and of course, the score comp of the rest of the team is going to be difficult as well. They're built for scoring, so if they want to push and try and stress one of these other goal zones and split Five Guys' attention, they have the opportunity to do that. And look, looks like Yerman Burger Flipper's content with hanging out and just selling the Talonflame and the Greedent up top to just survey and get an idea of where Five Guys is. They're collecting in the middle, they're pushing in the middle, but Kid Tan's lagging behind, probably trying to pick up their Unite move. And Arizon just getting right in the mix on 3, and they're going to be forced to retreat. They don't want to go down here. That's an interesting choice. They got full pockets, full hearts, but Kid Tan's and company is ready to push. The Greedent is in. I think they use their Unite move. They're going to get in 84 points,
right.
And that lead is stretching out like taffy here as Five Guys are in the final throws. 22 seconds left. Unite moves are coming out. Greninja fires the Shoryuken right into the middle. Are they going to be able to convert any points on it? That's only 10. 10 doesn't close a gap of 200, Doc.
And
it just doesn't do it.
100 more, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. So if you ask for my diagnosis, look at that. You are going to be hurting if you are Five Guys, and you just cannot get this in with that pressure from that Greedent on that goal. So ladies and gentlemen, that is time is up. My friends, let us see the score breakdown. Two absolutely fierce competitor teams that we have seen right here. That will be a final score of 495 for Five Guys to 837 for Yerman Burger Flippers.